100-mile-per-hour tractor, pizza blasphemy, and eating 70 hot dogs in one sitting without upchucking everything. Good morning. This is Friday on the Fly. I'm one of your hosts, Matthew Bain. I'm here with Tomas.
Tyler Wilson.
The Tomas.
Good morning, Matthew.
He calls himself Tyler, which is betraying his true identity. Tomas, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing all right, Matthew. Yourself?
I'm doing well. I hear your household has a nice cycle of sickness going through it.
We've been, been healthier.
You're used to that, though.
But yeah, that's
life. That's life.
We pass it around, you know.
Yeah, sharing.
Sharing is caring.
That's the
right.
key. Yes, sir. Well, as you heard in that little introduction, we have some interesting topics for you this morning, and this is going to truly be on the fly. And in this sense, even our first topic is on the fly in another way. Tomas, what are we looking at?
Yeah, so on June 25th, an article came out on farms.com. JCB tractor sets speed record.
It's going fast.
It is going very fast. So when you think of a tractor and you see tractors going down the road, you know, maybe pulling a planter, getting ready to go do some work.
People are honking. People are upset. They're thinking behind the sprayer. They're thinking, can I make it underneath that?
Do not try that at home, ladies and gentlemen.
I've always wondered.
It's not known for going extremely fast. However, JCB took a fast track farm tractor and reached a top speed of 103 miles per hour.
103.
It is insane that a tractor can go 103 miles an hour.
Correct.
So, real world application for this tractor, probably not so much.
Oh, definitely. I mean, think about the little windows people had this year for planting. Imagine just ripping that thing right across the field and getting, a seed in the ground every 10 feet.
Exactly.
So
you look at the specs on this article, and the engine's pretty well the same. It's a 7.2 liter 6-cylinder diesel engine, so it's got 1,000 horsepower, which is more horsepower than most of the tractors than what we have, about double. And
which is far more. Come on now.
it is, but still the double from the 25 miles an hour we get to
right up 50. To the 100. Yeah, so. Yeah, this is a big deal. Zooming down the road it is. There's a little video you can watch. By the way, this little article is by Diego Flamini, I'm guessing. We don't know Diego, so sorry. Staff writer at farms.com. Yeah, this would be fun. That's all I have
the
to
test
say.
took place over in England, so it's
on the wrong side of the road.
Probably on the runway, the airport runway. Yeah. So it's exciting stuff.
Imagine being able to do that when somebody's up on your rear end and just throw them for a loop. Like, go at the 20 mile an hour, you got a bunch of traffic piling up behind you. You're on 231 here to, say, a local road.
They just hammer down.
And then all of a sudden they're trying to pass you, and then, nope.
I can picture that. But,
all the dangers included, yeah.
But is there any real application to this for the future? Maybe, maybe not, but I know, like you mentioned, the farming windows were pretty short this year. We are planting at faster speeds than we ever have before.
Yep.
We're spraying at faster speeds, so we're always doing research trying to find
how does this actually apply.
How we can be more efficient with time, because time's a limited resource.
Yep.
Now that's not what these guys were looking at. They were just trying to make it
completely go fast.
Freaking bad tractor to run and haul it looks like a tractor. It kind of doesn't look like a tractor. I don't know. It does.
Yeah.
There. But yeah,
check
it out.
Looks more like it
cool.
Could potentially be like a pulling tractor, maybe. I guess it doesn't have big enough rear wheels, but
yeah, I don't know. The guards on the front kind of throw it off.
Betray its true purpose.
Yeah, exactly. That's cool.
All right, yeah. Anyway, check that out. Look at the little video. It's only like 10 seconds long because of how fast it is. So yeah, enjoy that. Next up, we have I guess another update on the craziness of this whole plant-based everything movement that seems to be happening out in our world.
Going away from animal-based meat.
Yes.
It's another tag on plant-based meat stuff. So, Matt, what are we looking at?
Well, it looks like we have Hormel. Is that right? To be quite honest with you, my ignorance betrays me here.
Hormel, yeah.
Hormel. I
Hormel Foods, yeah.
don't know much about them, but they're looking to plant-based proteins for pizza toppings, which is obviously the reason why I said pizza blasphemy to all those pizza lovers out there. I hope I've got some people on my team here. It's interesting because, like you pointed out before we started recording, there's no need for, I mean, we have veggie toppings, right? So the key here is they want protein. So they want plant-based protein. It's all about them, all about the proteins here, Tomas. Evidently, a bunch of people are wanting to get swole, wanting to get yoked, and I don't think they're going to do that off of pizza. But anyway, so there's we've mentioned before on previous podcasts here that there's plant-based, I guess, alternative to meat companies such as Beyond Meat, which is a California-based what do they call themselves? Plant-based meat alternative product. There you go. So Hormel is looking to get into this business by just investigating what it looks like to have plant-based protein as topping options for pizza. I don't know much more to say about that.
Yeah, Hormel's done some different things in the past on blending different types of meat. They've done a lot of research with the chicken and turkey as alternatives to beef. This is a step in even another realm of
right. I thought that was blasphemy to begin with. If I have like turkey bacon or something like
turkey
that,
burger instead of a good old beef hamburger. But it's just when we saw this, we almost had to bring it up because we both love pizza, and pizza is fantastic in many different ways.
You a little more than me, evidently, based on your decision this morning at 5:30.
Yeah, we all make different decisions in life, and we pay for those decisions differently.
Right. Yes.
But pizza is pizza, and we're gonna go and take plants now to become our protein on pizza. Let's leave the Canadian bacon. Let's get some ham. Let's get some good
Italian
Italian
real protein
sausage.
on there. Let's just call it what it is.
And
I want real protein.
and not work too hard at it. I mean, let's not overthink this.
Right.
It's
but I don't even know if you just mentioned there because I kind of zoned out looking at my silly camera setup here. The thing behind this is really a movement, right? It's not even that there's really need for this. It's honestly consumer demand. That's what it is.
Right.
That's all that's driving it. In other realms, you actually have a need for something. For instance, with China, we've talked about the swine fever. So their demand is based on a need, really, right? Because they have the swine fever, and that's one of their main products for consumption in their country. But here, there's no need to have plant-based protein. It's more so whether you want to call it an ideology, a movement, whatever. It's simply a demand that people have because they're becoming more and more, I guess, vegan. I don't know, what would you call that? Preferring veganism, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway,
we've talked about it before. It's amazing for us to sit and think and talk about and try to have conversations. We were both born in the 1980s. Granted, at the very end
great
of the
years. Great years. I remember
1980s.
Well. Yeah.
But how many years do you have to go back? And it's not very many. Less than 100, to where people didn't have choices. People were lucky if they had a meal that they worked really hard to put on the table for their family. So the society that we have today and in our culture, so much consumerism that we demand all these choices.
Yeah. And it's interesting, right? Because you can have the positive and the negative to that. You have the positive side of we should thank the Lord that we're blessed to live somewhere where we don't question. I mean, how many people listening today, honestly, completely honestly, even the homeless I met in California, in downtown LA, even those that I interacted with, they still didn't truly struggle to find food because there were plenty of food pantries, plenty of churches that opened their doors with food. Food really is not a problem in this country, unless if you make it a problem, to be quite honest, because there's so many programs, there's so many opportunities to go and get food. We don't really know what it's like to have to, and we should be thankful for that. We don't know what it's like to wonder today, where am I going to get my food? Because you can go pretty well anywhere. Even for the poorest of the poor in our country, There's programs, there's ways to get your hands on food. It may not be the best tasting food. It may not be the most filling food. But nonetheless, it's more than like what you just mentioned. People back in history had people in history or in other countries currently.
Yeah, third world countries today, same thing.
They literally are wondering, when will be my next meal? Is it going to be this week? You know, and they're poor kids and all that. So we should be really thankful that we have this. And then there's the other side, like what you mentioned, where we can take a good thing and we can spin it into a bad thing really quickly, right? So we become very demanding for whatever it is we want. We're never satisfied. You know, we want more. But anyway, there's two sides to it, and we should be thankful for one of those sides, and we should be cautious on the other. So
we're going to continue to eat pizza. I think Matthew and I both agree with that.
Yes.
And probably not plant-based protein toppings.
No, definitely not.
I do not like the little California chicken, or it's not even chicken.
It's not even chicken.
Artichoke, something that my wife
chicken.
gets. It's tomato,
and
basil.
Speaking of things that I'm not going to do, such as eat plant-based protein toppings, I'm not going to eat 70 hot dogs in a sitting. And but that's really the goal of some people this 4th of July, isn't it, Tomas?
Yeah, 4th of July is coming up next week. So before we get to talk to you guys again, it'll hit on Thursday. And what comes around, what's infamously known with being related to the 4th of July is the Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest.
Oh.
And we are excited. We were excited to read about it. And yeah, last year was Joey Chestnut set the record, 73 hot dogs in 10 minutes. And buns. 73 hot dogs and buns.
How's that even humanly possible?
70. They train. You can watch
Imagine
some videos.
saying that. Imagine going up to somebody. Imagine this. Say you weren't married yet. You go and you find a nice girl, and then you meet her parents, and they ask, "Hey, what do you do with your life?" Like, well, every day I train eating hot dogs so I could win that hot dog competition that comes around. Imagine that. Well, but they actually do make money from this. There's multiple contests. There's not just the 4th of July, but it's pretty incredible.
There's about every kind of food eating contest you can eat, and the professional food eaters, that's what they do. They train for those competitions. And so it involves expanding their stomachs, right, and then maintaining that area. So, I mean, you made mention in the in the opening about not throwing up. These guys, they get rid of it. They can't sustain.
Yeah, that's awful.
73 hot dogs is 16 pounds of food. That's in disgusting. 12,000 calories in less than 10 minutes.
Oh, man.
That they consume.
There's a whole moral realm to this, by the way, that we don't have to get into, but just
contest.
A contest based around gluttony. Ooh. Ugh. So this thing is this specific contest, what I'm understanding, what I'm reading here, am I right that it's about 100 years old? It's 1916 was the first one, I think. Nathan's famous let's see, at Coney Island. So
yep, Coney Island.
The original Coney Island. Let's see, 2011, big deal. Men and women compete separately.
Yep.
Oh boy.
In
our sensitive age, that's noteworthy, evidently. And then 2018, last year, new world record, 74 hot dogs. Did you say 73 earlier? Or did you say 74?
73 is what's on the official Nathan's site. So.
Chestnut sets a new world record by eating 74 hot dogs. This is on...
there must have been some controversy around that last one.
Right.
Maybe he didn't quite eat it all.
He maybe didn't get it all the way down. Yeah. Anyway, so that brings up another topic, though, right? We have 4th of July coming up, and by the time we do our next Friday on the Fly, 4th of July will have happened. And so, yeah, another reason to be thankful, right? We're thankful to live in this country that we have. Like we said, we've been very blessed to have a country where we can have so many different things offered to us. We're not concerned about food, right, for the most part. We're not concerned about clean water for the most part, things like that. We're also not concerned about, more and more, I guess we're getting that way, but not concerned politically. We haven't been for a couple centuries now, concerned politically about having a tyrant come in and take over and such things. So there's so many things to be thankful for when we think about Independence Day, when we think about 4th of July. It's kind of like a second Thanksgiving during the year, really. So anyway, a lot of fireworks going on as well, fun stuff going on. Anything you're going to be doing, Tomas?
No, we're going to take a trip to Cincinnati next weekend, but we'll probably talk before then. This weekend's kind of the last calm before the storm. July is a very busy month, so we're excited for that. And
you gonna go to any fireworks?
I don't know what my wife has planned. She has all the ideas. So I just kind of go where
help get the twins ready to go.
This will be the first year. Our house in in Waynetown was right on the park,
Mm-hmm.
and the fireworks there would shake our house. So I don't know what we're
Did you
gonna
have PTSD
be
from that?
excited to do. No, but when you've got 8-month-old babies laying there, you're like, stop the fireworks.
I understand.
So, and people talk about that. People who've served in the military and people with animals, they can interact differently with fireworks. So just
there are a lot of
everybody be
opinions around that,
responsible.
aren't there? Because even, we've had fireworks going off since the beginning of the week around our place. So when we were in California, that was one of the most annoying things because we lived in the middle of about 2 million people in our specific district area. And so, it was just constant. You're like, wait, was that a gunshot or was that a firework? Because where I was living, that it could be either legitimately. So anyway, we hope that you guys have a great weekend. I don't think there's anything specifically this weekend going on, right, Tomas?
Not that I'm aware of.
All right.
Nope.
So
we're ending the month, getting ready for July.
Yeah, so have a great weekend. Look up some of these articles. The article websites will be tagged in the description on the website, so you can click on those and check them out. Check out that video, that super fast. Right there's, even though it was done in England, that just smells of America, right? Come on, 100-mile-an-hour tractor. Anyway, all right. Well, if you like this episode, do subscribe. You can subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, really any podcast platform that you want to get on. We're all out there. Do listen to the regular episode of Plow Talk every week as well. That drops on Monday, and a little preview for that. We followed up our last week's episode about talking about servicing after Plant 19, planting season 2019. With talking with our parts department, two guys from our parts department, Coy Patton and Matt Bensinger, and had a good talk there just on what goes on behind the scenes in parts and really the vastness of the parts complex within the Bain complex, so the Bain-Welker complex. So anyway, check that out on Monday, and check us out on Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. Let us know what you're thinking of this here little gig that Tyler and I do and what we do on the regular episode.
I appreciate you sending us any articles.
Send us articles. We've done that before.
We'd love to talk about it. So
yep, let us know what you'd like to hear about. We don't see all the news out there, so let us know if something interesting's happened. Until next time, though, this has been another episode of Friday on the Fly. Tomas, good day.
Signing off. See you, Matthew.